The crystal chandeliers cast their golden glow over designer gowns and tailored tuxedos, but all Marcus could see was his daughter's face lighting up like the 4th of July. 8-year-old Lily pressed her nose against the ballroom's towering windows, her second-hand dresser carefully mended and lovingly pressed to a stark contrast to the silk and diamonds surrounding them. This wasn't their world, and everyone knew it. But sometimes, love demands you step into spaces where you don't belong, just to give someone you cherish a glimpse of magic. Marcus Rodriguez had worked the night shift at Pinnacle Industries for 7 years, mopping floors that never seemed to stay clean and emptying trash cans that filled faster than his hopes for a better life. His calloused hands told the story of endless overtime shifts, weekend work, and double duties, all to keep food on the table and a roof over their heads. Since Lily's mother had passed 3 years ago, the invitation to the company's annual charity gala had been extended to all employees, a gesture Marcus knew was more about corporate image than genuine inclusion. But when Lily found the elegant card on their kitchen counter, her eyes had sparkled with wonder. "Daddy, it looks like a fairy tale invitation," she whispered, tracing the embossed lettering with her tiny finger. "Could we really go? Just once?" How do you say no to a child who's lost so much already? How do you explain that some doors, though technically open, aren't meant for people like you? Marcus had scraped together enough for a cheap rental tux and found a beautiful yellow dress at a thrift store that made Lily look like sunshine itself. If she wanted to see a fairy tale, he'd move mountains to give her one. Now, standing in the grand ballroom of the city's most exclusive hotel, Marcus felt every stare like a weight on his shoulders. Conversations hushed as they passed. Champagne glasses paused mid-sip. The whispers weren't even subtle. "What's the maintenance guy doing here? Did he really bring his kid to a corporate event? Someone should tell security." Lily, oblivious to the judgment swirling around them, tugged on Marcus's sleeve. "Daddy, look at the ice sculpture. It's a swan, and there's shrimp are tiny ones on little crackers. Can we try some?" Marcus's throat tightened. This had been a mistake. He should have known better than to think they could blend in, even for one evening. But before he could steer Lily towards the exit, a group of well-dressed executives approached, their laughter cutting through the ambient jazz music. Well, sneered Richard Holloway, the VP of Operations, his voice dripping with condescension. "Marcus, isn't it? I didn't expect to see you here." "Shouldn't you be working?" The group chuckled, their amusement sharp and cruel. Marcus felt his face burn, but he kept his voice steady. "We were invited, sir. All employees were." "Oh, of course," Richard continued, his smile predatory. "Though I think there might be some confusion about dress codes. This isn't exactly appropriate attire for an event of this caliber." More laughter. Marcus felt Lily's small hand slip into his, her confusion evident as she looked up at the adults surrounding them. She didn't understand the cruelty yet, but she could sense the tension, the way her father's body had gone rigid beside her. "Perhaps," suggested another executive, "the hotel has a lovely restaurant downstairs, more suitable for families." The humiliation washed over Marcus in waves. He'd faced poverty, exhaustion, and grief, but this public mockery in front of his daughter felt like a new kind of hell. He was about to take Lily's hand and leave when a commanding voice cut through the laughter. "Is there a problem here?" The group turned to see David Chen, CEO of Pinnacle Industries, approaching with purposeful strides. At 45, Chen commanded respect not just through his position but through his presence, calm, authoritative, and unmistakably displeased with what he was witnessing. Richard straightened immediately. "Oh, Mr. Chen, we were just I heard what you were doing," Chen interrupted coldly. His gaze swept over the group before settling on Marcus and Lily. "Marcus Rodriguez, correct? Night shift supervisor?" "Yes, sir," Marcus replied, his voice barely above a whisper. Chen's expression softened as he looked down at Lily, who was peeking out from behind her father's leg. "And this must be the famous Lily I've heard so much about." Marcus blinked in surprise. "You know about Lily? Your supervisor mentioned how hard you work to support your daughter," Chen explained, crouching down to Lily's eye level. "He told me about the nights you bring her homework to work because she needs help, and how you've never missed a shift despite everything you've been through. That kind of dedication doesn't go unnoticed." Chen stood and faced the group of executives, his voice carrying across the immediate area. "What I witnessed here tonight is unacceptable. Marcus Rodriguez has been with our company for 7 years. He arrives early, stays late, and takes pride in his work. He's exactly the kind of employee and persona we should be celebrating tonight." The executives shifted uncomfortably, their earlier bravado evaporating under their CEO's withering stare. "In fact," Chen continued, reaching into his jacket pocket, "I've been looking for the right moment to do this." He pulled out an envelope and handed it to Marcus. "A promotion to day shift facilities coordinator, with a significant salary increase and full benefits. Your work ethic and character have earned it." Marcus stared at the envelope, his hands shaking. "Sir, I don't know what to say." "Say you'll accept," Chen smiled. "Your daughter deserves to have her father home in the evenings." Lily tugged on Chen's sleeve, her earlier shyness forgotten. "Mister, does this mean my daddy won't be so tired anymore?" Chen's eyes misted as he knelt down again. "That's exactly what it means, sweetheart. And it means you belong here just as much as anyone else." As word spread through the ballroom, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. Colleagues approached to congratulate Marcus, their genuine warmth replacing the earlier hostility. The executives who had mocked them quietly dispersed, their humiliation complete. But the evening's magic was just beginning. Chen personally introduced Marcus and Lily to other attendees, sharing stories of Marcus's dedication and Lily's resilience. By the end of the night, Lily had danced with 3 different executives, eaten more shrimp than her small stomach should have allowed, and collected business cards from people who promised to help with her college fund. As they prepared to leave, Lily looked up at her father with shining eyes. "Daddy, this really was like a fairy tale." Marcus knelt down and hugged her tight, tears streaming down his face. "It was, baby girl. It really was." Sometimes the most profound transformations happen not through grand gestures, but through simple acts of recognition and respect. That night, a janitor became a supervisor. A little girl learned that she belonged anywhere her heart desired to be, and a room full of people was reminded that dignity isn't determined by job titles or bank accounts, so it's measured by the content of our character and the love we show one another. The real magic wasn't in the chandelier's glow or the elegant surroundings. It was in the moment when humanity chose kindness over cruelty, when a CEO remembered that true leadership means lifting others up, and when a father's love was finally rewarded with the respect it had always deserved.